Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic which I wrote for Business World recently titled The Children of Recession. Now, when I've been talking at a lot of the IITs and IIMs over the last few months, one of the questions I am often asked is what are my learnings from the 2008 financial crisis? Now, this question is important for you and important for everyone because all of us are looking at an impending recession and there is a certain amount of anxiety, fear and despondency. To give you some context, I passed out of IIM Bangalore in 2009, and during my stint there from 2007 to 2009, the institute witnessed the best ever summer placements in 2007 and the worst ever final placements in 2009. Having borne a lot of that crisis personally, I think I have a fair degree of authority in terms of what you can take away from the 2008 financial crisis. Now, before we get started, do subscribe to this channel and then I'll give you my 6 big tips on how to handle the upcoming recession. The first principle I want to talk about is taking the least miserable option. Now, whether you're a campus student or whether you're a working professional whose job is under a certain amount of risk and you want to look for a change, this principle of taking the least miserable option is a very sound piece of advice. To give you certain anecdotal evidence, say if you get a job which is 6 on 10 or a 7 on 10, you should actually take that as long as it doesn't make you miserable, and you should not wait for the job potentially that is an 8 or 10 or a 9 on 10, because in a down market, the benefit of an upside is limited, a 6 on 10 to an 8 on 10. But what happens if you don't handle the down market well? The risk can easily go and the downside is immense. From a 6 on 10, you might be suddenly looking at a 0 or 10 or a 1 on 10. So my piece of advice to all those working professionals who are either studying or looking to shift from their current jobs, take the first option that you are not miserable with. The second principle I want to talk about is about building a routine. Now, what happens in a down market is there is negativity all around. There are news about job losses, there is panic amongst your peer circle, and there is a general element of doom and gloom that is going around. Now, consistently scrolling down this doom and gloom can actually lead to poor mental health. What is essential is to build a routine over the next 5 to 6 quarters before this down market turns around. And when I say build a routine, it means have a fixed time to get up. And that need not be 5 a.m., can be any time as per your convenience. Have a fixed time to eat. Have a fixed time to work. Have a fixed time to go out for a run. Have a fixed time to even relax, to watch Netflix, to read the book, read the newspaper, or even chat up with friends. Such a routine done over a period of 3 to 4 quarters will definitely help you overcome the mood of melancholy that is going around. Now, when I interact with a lot of IIM grads and IIT grads, one of the elements you definitely pick up is that a lot of us derive our sense of worth in life from our LinkedIn pages, the companies we work for, the titles we have and the salaries we earn. Now, such a philosophy is actually a recipe for disaster, because if things go wrong, and in every professional career things do go wrong, a firing or a furloughing can be a soul-crushing experience. And hence it is necessary that every person has an identity which is more than just their title or the designation or the company they work for. An interest could be a small business in parallel, it could be a teaching assignment, it could be a pursuit in creative arts. Such a multi-career option generally leads to a greater sense of balance and a greater sense of control over an individual's life. Now, this point is especially relevant for people who are 45 plus years of age, because a loss of job at this age typically means professional retirement. As they say in cricket, form is temporary but class is permanent. In an economy like India, which is expected to grow 5 to 6% over the next 5 to 10 years, opportunities are bound to come. The job that you're striving for and the career that you want to make will eventually come. It is only a delay of 4 to 6 quarters. So everything is just a matter of time. And the way life often operates is when that opportunity comes, it tends to make up for all the lost opportunity and lost time at one go. Now, A period of financial downturn like this can be a tremendous blessing in disguise. Because such a period actually forces you to think about what you want to do in life, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and what you don't want to do in life. And such a conversation, when you have with yourself, can hold you in very good stead. Such a period also helps you build a lot of resilience. Now, all of us have grown up through our academic careers and early working careers thinking that most people get 9 out of 10 things right. And nothing could be further away from the truth. In the world of business, you typically get 3 to 4 things right and you get 6 to 7 things wrong. Someone who gets 5 to 6 things right out of 10 is actually a legend. And when you go through certain crises like this and you're no longer used to getting 9 out of 10 things right, you actually build tremendous emotional resilience which will set you up for tremendous success later on. Finally, you should never forget ground reality. Now, during the time of a downturn like this, life often shows you the mirror in terms of relationships, who your well-wishers are and who your ill-wishers are. During such a phase, you will actually see a lot of your relationships and friendships vaporize overnight. You will have people who will snub you, you will have people who will backstab you, you will have people who will write you off. Now, in a few years' time, when your career makes a stunning comeback, these are the same people who will come to you asking you for your time and a share of your success. Now, you should be careful, you should never forget the people who helped you during this period, and you should never forget the people who looked the other way during this period. In conclusion, I don't think the upcoming crisis will be as bad as the 2008 financial crisis. At least I hope it isn't as bad. Even if it is, and even if your worst fear comes true, you should realize that life is setting you up on an alternative path that will give you phenomenal success later on through a bittersweet pill. So this is my take on my personal learnings from the 2008 financial crisis. Do let me know what you thought of this video. Drop by your comments and look forward to meeting you again.